Okay, hey, welcome back. It was 45 minutes on this setting, so we're gonna leave it in there for another couple minutes. I steamed some broccoli too, just whatever, it's fine. And we're gonna do a little bit of quinoa, but I thought I'd include this before I do the big reveal for the meatballs. We're gonna do a little bit of quinoa. Quinoa is really easy. Everyone, if anybody has quinoa problems, you do 2 parts water for 1 part quinoa. So if I want to make a cup of quinoa, I'm going to go, that's a cup of quinoa right there. I'm almost out of quinoa. So I'm going to spread this out over my meals. This is going to make a lot. So since I did a cup of quinoa there, we're going to do, what, 2 of those? So we do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yay. And yes, I know it's redundant that I use filtered water for water I'm already going to boil, but it is what it is. A lot of folks saying that nowadays. Know what it means? It means you are screwed and you shall remain screwed. Just remember that. Alright, there's our quinoa starting up. Alright. And our broccoli's nice and steamy. Already tested it. Now, let's see what we got by way of the meatballs. Let's see. Alright. Ooh! Look at the meatballs! Look at them! They're kind of large, but they're beautiful, aren't they? Yeah. Yikes. Something else like this too. We're gonna do it anyway. Okay, yay, look at that. Now, let's actually what we got down here. Let's cut into them a little. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we've got, huh? Let's make it nice. I like them real thick and juicy. Probably this one, huh? Let's see what we're at. Ooh, I'd say that's done. We got a nice turkey meatball. Let's get into one of these chickens. We got a nice chicken meatball. There it is. That's great. So we're gonna let this boil up. The quinoa, once all the water is absorbed, it's done. You just got to kind of watch it. You can walk away from it. You put it on a lower setting and put a lid on and let it simmer. It's really easy to burn it that way. I only have 6 containers here, so we have 8 meatballs. Each one of these is going to get a meatball. So let's tong it up, and while that's cooking, we'll just go ahead and put our portions that we do have in a container. And I mean, some days will be a little bit better than others. But yeah, look at that. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? A little bit of it's stuck still, even with the olive oil. I was generous too. So, I just picked up these containers today, cleaned them today. But should probably got more. I didn't know how many days I was gonna meal prep in a row for. Somebody likes me. They really do. God, I hope so. Because I am not an easy person to get along with. That's why I cook for myself. Stupid. Alright, so there are 8. That would be left over. Those are good little leftovers, aren't they? I think so. Set these to the side. Yeah, we need something under that still. We're going to burn our countertops. Not very awesome countertops. You can't tell. They're economy. Not help. Let's put our 1 mitt up. Stir our quinoa just a sketch. Oh yeah. Happy trees. That'll be done by the time we're done divvying this probably. Alright, let's set this on here. Yay. Yeah, those are candle tops, but they make really good settings for this stuff. So, placeholders. Divvy this up. People say that cooking vegetables takes the nutrients out of them. Those people are not wrong. But some veggies are better than no veggies. I prefer my broccoli steamed. I can eat it raw, but this is better to me. However you like your things, I can prepare your meals. This is just one example of something you can do. It's easy. I mean, it's a little robotic because every meal is identical, but it makes the prep super simple. You don't got to think about what you're doing. In the morning, I could probably do another video of other robotic activities of smoothies that you should probably have every day. That can be included in something else. This is a pretty good balance, I think, of veggie, meat, protein. You got your eggs in there, you got your lean proteins and your poultry. You got some greens and your onions, your pepper, your broccoli. You're not doing too bad with this, honestly. And then your quinoa is giving you your complex carbs. And I'm talking probably like way out of my depth. I talked to a nutritionist. I'm parroting a lot of what I heard, so if I'm wrong, I'm blaming you, Brenda. I'm blaming you. For $293, this is what you told me, alright? You went to school for it, I didn't. I splice fiber optic cables for a living. I do not put together macros unless I put together macros. So there's that. So anyway, you kind of get the idea. We're going to do the same thing once this quinoa is done. We're going to go ahead and distribute it evenly across these. Then I have 6 meals, 8 if I play my cards right, so to speak. I believe we got a medium-sized container for these bad boys. Yeah, organization's our friend. If you don't know where your things are, how can you use them? See, these are the questions. See now why I use that'll store nicely. I like these little deals. That's the HEB. If you're familiar, if you're from Texas, you're probably confused. Like, he's in Alabama. Yes, I am. I was in Texas. Before that, I was in Louisiana. Before that, I was in Des Moines, Iowa. I want to say. Become a cable technician. Travel the friggin' states at least. You see why I use foil. A lot of delicious goodness, but I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to eat it. I can't give it to my dog because there's onions in it. Briefly dated a woman who didn't know that. I had my dog before my dog now. Little Jack Russell Rough Collie, makes an adorable little fella named Darby. And she was house sitting or whatever when I came home, and she's feeding the dog onions. And she had a thick Kentucky accent. Oh, he loves it. I'm like, we didn't stay together much longer. You know, whenever you come home and you find someone actively poisoning your pet, I don't know, it just doesn't push it does not push the right buttons. You know what I mean? Let's, this is fine. That's fine. This is fine. These are all fine here. Situation normal. So anyway, I think you get the idea. We're not going to keep going with this. We're just going to distribute the quinoa. Quinoa, this is a multi-grain quinoa. You know, they come in all different kinds of varieties, but quinoa is probably the best instead of like noodles or any of that kind of stuff, like bread or pasta. Quinoa is the way to go. you get a lot more bang for your buck, so to speak, calorically and nutritionally. So it's all about return ROI, as they would say in business class. It's been a while, huh? Anyway, thank you for your patience and the inaugural flight of whatever the hell this is. Till next time, if there is one, this is Luke Plank and the Gurus signing off.